The Sports Scouting Report with Rybacki, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Rybacki.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Tommy Rybacki, head coach, Nicholls State.
Football. Thank you, Coach, for letting me step in your office and do an interview today. And you got the stadium behind you. I just saw you had a good pep talk to your team, some workouts, all-season workouts. I want to start because a lot of people that are not from Thibodaux, they might not know who you are, but 10 years as an assistant to Rebo as D coordinator. You played linebacker at Jacksonville State, and you're from Huntsville, Alabama, right?
That's right. Yeah, short history on me. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. I went to Jacksonville State out of high school, played there, started coaching there. From there, I went to UL Lafayette as a graduate assistant. I spent 3 seasons there. That's when I met Coach Rebo. Left, went to Central Arkansas for 1 season as a secondary coach, and then came as Coach Rebo's defensive coordinator when he first got the job in 2015.
So tell everybody, without waiting any longer, how it came about to be hired, because you were already here, D coordinator. You've been here for a long time. 10 years is a long time now in college football. How did that go about, becoming the new head coach?
Yeah, very, very fortunate to be around some really good people. Coach Rebo definitely being a pivotal person for me in the transition. It was always something that we had talked about over the years that may take place. I didn't know necessarily that it was going to happen this fast or at this time, but I was fortunate for him to involve me in a lot of the day-to-day things that took place here and prepare me for this opportunity. And so when he decided it was time to step away, I was glad to get the opportunity.
So being that you're a defensive guy, what kind of fronts do you run or would like to run? I know it's personnel driven a lot, but what is your ace in the hole front?
Yeah, boy, you said it. Personnel driven. Man, you got to play with what you got. Yeah. You got to play to the strengths and skills of your players, and that's what we've been able to do here. We've been multiple for the last 10 seasons, and that's what we'll continue to do is recruit good players and identify what they can do and put them in position to do that.
Coach, watching Southland football for a long time, in my 29 years of going around the state, watching Southeastern, Northwestern, Nicholls, McNeese, Stephen F. Alston, some of the old members. Lot of skill talent in the league. Always a lot of skill talent. And I mean, you got some pro prospects, obviously, OD line, but I know that you have to be creative with the OD line, and it's not always a deep unit, right? When you're recruiting them, but skill-wise, I don't think the Southland gets the respect. Tell me if I'm wrong, with the amount of speed and skill talent in this conference.
Yeah, there are some great players, and you said it, skill guys, receivers, running backs, quarterback play has been great in this league on that side of the ball. And then also on defense, you've had some great defensive players off the ball, guys you would consider skill players. So, yeah, I think every Saturday you better get ready in the Southland Conference because you're going to see some talented football players.
This coming season, I mean, we're already here off season, right? It never stops. What do you think is the key to this team, for 2000? I can't believe we're saying 2025, but what do you think's the keys to get better at here at Nicholls for football that you're seeing already?
Yeah, we got to continue to grow. The team aspect is really important, and so to continue to grow in our relationships on the team, to work hard every day, to really just go to work and have the mindset that we're going to improve every day and focus on the things that are important at that time is really critical for us. It's February now. We got a long way to go before we get to the season. So there's a lot of opportunity there for growth and development. We just got to take advantage every day.
How do you like the strength of the team, weight room wise, speaking of off season?
Yeah, those guys have been working hard in the weight room. I think they would attest to that as well. So we're growing in that area too. So taking advantage of those opportunities.
Your linebacker leader, Hayden Shaheen, Baton Rouge boy from Catholic High. You're very high on his game as a leader. Talk about Hayden, what he means to the program.
Yeah, Hayden is what it's about here at Nicholls State. He's a outstanding football player. He's an even better person, outstanding student. He's done a great job in his time here, not only building relationships with a lot of the players on the team, but also coaches. And because of that, he's able to affect everybody in a positive way every day. And so, man, we're thrilled to have him. He's a great football player, but he means so much more to our team, even past some of the plays that he makes on Saturdays.
I noticed y'all picked up a big-time LSU player in the portal that's enrolled now, Landon Abietta, receiver. How big of a pickup was that for the program?
Yeah, super excited about Landon joining the team. Landon's another outstanding young man. Here's a guy who is close to a 4.0 student who brings an incredible work ethic, but also a lot of skill. I mean, there's a reason why he signed with an SEC school. I mean, he brings a lot to the table. From a skill standpoint, he's special with the ball in his hands, especially in space, because he's a big, strong, fast young man. So really excited to get him on the field and get him working with us.
And I heard you have one of the fastest DBs in the conference in Rogers.
Yeah. He's a special guy. Can really get from point A to point B pretty quick, in and out of his breaks, all those things. So we're excited about him too.
Abietta said he cannot outrun Rogers, and Abietta's fast.
Yeah, Anthony is
he's fast,
probably all state in 3 or 4 sports. Coming out of Laurel, Mississippi, you put a ball on the field and he's going to excel at whatever the sport is.
Coach, talk about the Southland Conference. What do you think of the new alignment now in the last couple of years? You know, since COVID, some teams left, some teams came in, but what is your thoughts on the conference right now? Yeah,
I think the conference is strong, top to bottom. We talked a little bit about the skill players in this league. I also think that the conference has a lot of great coaches. Each Saturday you're playing a team that's well coached, well prepared. You better be well prepared and ready to get after it. So I think that the conference is as good as it's been since we've been here for 10 years. You know, we're looking to make some more playoff pushes, continue to get respect around the country. But I think when you watch Southland Conference football, you'll be impressed.
What is it about the Dakota State teams or North Dakota? I mean, it's like all 3 of them are in your Final Four every year, it seems. I mean, obviously it's cold areas, and they got big linemen, I noticed. Is that a difference, all these big guys they have? Yeah,
you look at those programs, you see a lot of consistency. And I think most people in FCS football would strive to have consistency, especially in today's day and age of people coming in and out of the team, coaching changes, things like that. And I think when you look at the Dakotas, you see a lot of that consistency that allows you to have a winning program each and every year. And so that's why those guys are having success, and that's what everybody's looking to do.
Any advice if a parent's watching or a recruit's watching? I know we can't talk about recruits, but any advice about the process? Because it's changed. I mean, signing day is no longer the end of everything. It's like I tell recruits all the time, I'm like, it's a new world with the portal, right? I don't want to go down that road with the portal. I just want to mention the advice that you might have for a young man. It's like, they just think, well, the first signing day is over, and then the second signing day is over. Well, kids are still signing.
Yeah, the advice I would have is not to let recruiting cloud your judgment or your decision-making for where you need to go to school. You know, a lot of the guys on our team, some of them had a ton of offers coming out of high school. Some of our best players didn't have any but one offer coming out of high school. So the point is to find the school where you're gonna be in the best fit. You're gonna have the best opportunity to be successful as a student, as a person, and as a football player. And so whatever that means for you, if that's visiting every single school that shows interest in you, or that means only one school shows interest in you, don't get frustrated by that. At the end of the day, you're selecting where you want to go to college, and you're going there to get an education. And so you need to identify which school is best for you. And then once you get there, just be yourself, go to work, and do the things that made you successful in high school.
And I do want to applaud you and Coach Rebo because of the 10 years you and him were here running everything recruiting-wise. The effort that y'all have put in Louisiana, like you said, just look at the roster. It's 70% Louisiana kids, maybe 80%. And, I mean, y'all are not going, 25 portal guys and I mean, your signing classes are still mainly Louisiana kids, even though it's a small group. It's still mainly Louisiana players.
Right. Coach Rebo laid the blueprint out back in 2015 when we got here, and it's local talent that's in our footprint. There's a reason why everybody comes to this area of the country to recruit, and it's because of the quality of the football here, how important it is to the players. And it's exciting for us to have players from this area representing this community and on the field for us each Saturday. And I think I know we're going to continue to do that, continue to build the roster with players from here first, because that's the winning formula. That's how we're going to be successful here.
Coach, I want to ask you this. This is just for fun since you're from Alabama.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about Alabama fan, but are you an Alabama fan or Auburn fan?
Neither. I grew up a Penn State fan.
Really?
So, yeah.
Really?
I grew up, loving that program and what they were all about. And so I never really got into the Auburn-Alabama rivalry too much.
You're a rarity.
Yeah, that's it.
But speaking of talent, you went against Hoover, Alabama as a high school kid back in the heyday of their
Right.
run. What do you think of the Louisiana talent compared to Alabama talent? A lot of people always go back and forth about, Georgia talent.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to compare Florida because they got a lot more schools, but size-wise, Alabama, Louisiana's kind of about the same. What do you think about program-wise if the top programs were to battle? Is it pretty even in your opinion? Or
Yeah, I'd say whoever's good on the offensive line and at the quarterback position will probably have the advantage in that one, whether they're from Alabama, Alaska, or Louisiana.
Yeah.
But no, two great states, two states where football is really important, two states where coaching is really important. And so I think anytime two teams from those two areas would compete, it'd be a great battle.
It's incredible, though, what the schools do in Louisiana and Alabama, huh, Coach, for colleges outside the big guys?
Oh, yeah.
Like where you played Jacksonville State, and you look at Troy, and, I mean, you look at even Sanford and Birmingham, and then in Louisiana, obviously Nicholls and Northwestern, McNeese, Southeastern, but it's not like that in other states. I mean, I guess the alumni following, the fan support, what is your thoughts on that?
The commitment to football, football does so much for so many people outside of just the games that are played on Saturday. It does so much for young men who are growing. Football really does a lot to help develop people in a way, to help them work together as a team, to go through some adversity, go through some challenges, and develop as individuals. So it's awesome that states around the South really value that, and put back into those regional schools and give them the opportunity to have Division I football teams and compete at a high level, because it does so much to give back into that community.
Coach, I got to ask you this. I got to ask you a ball question.
Yeah.
Since you're a linebacker by heart, what do you look for in a linebacker?
Man, the first thing is just a guy who plays with an incredible motor. It's an effort position. You got to be willing to play hard and compete for 60 minutes and get after it. So you're looking for that motor, that heart, the guy that has a competitive spirit first.
And final question, since you've been here 10 years, favorite 2 Cajun foods?
Oh, man.
Or 3?
Yeah, I'd have to say, jambalaya, gumbo, either of those 2 things stick out for me.
Are you addicted to any of the Cajun food? Like something like I gotta have it now?
No, I sample a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything?
Yeah.
You're definitely in the heart of it here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Coach,
Right.
Thank you for allowing me to be here today. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.